Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to take you through 7 things which you can learn from this pandemic. Now before we dive right into this video, please make sure you subscribe to my channel for more useful videos like this. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. The nature doesn't need humans. Humans need the nature. Now, since we arrived in this planet, we are using the nature in some way or the other. But after the start of the Industrial Revolution, we have started to use it more extensively. And especially some corporations or industries have used it for own purpose for making money. And they didn't care about the environment, they did not care about the ecological system. Now, the negative impacts because of those industries and corporations, they have become huge in terms of in global scale and monetary scale, but they did not care about the environment, and that is started the global warming, right? We did not care about the environment. We kept on cutting down trees, hunting animals, and torturing them in a very brutal way, and it became the cultural norm of our society. Now, from this pandemic, we can learn that the nature does not need us. We need the nature. The nature is full of resources. But what are we to the nature? We are not anything useful to the nature, right? You can see that we have been in lockdown for almost 2 months, which is nothing in terms of planetary and universal scale, but in just 2 months, the global warming has reduced, animals are roaming around freely, we are seeing all those positive and good images all across the internet. It makes me feel really bad actually, instead of good, because it shows how much mean we humans were to the nature. So my first point is, the nature does not need humans, humans need the nature. My second point is, we had many unnecessary expenses. Now what I mean by that is, due to this COVID-19 pandemic, the offices are thinking about alternative ways for working, right? So that they can keep the workers safe as well as they can run their company. Now I personally think that they could have persuaded it a lot earlier, and that would have saved a lot of costs for them. It's not only about the companies, it's about the individual people as well, right? We used to do many things which we used to find it essential for our lives, and we used to just throw away money for those things. Me personally, I used to go to the barber shop every month, but it's been 2 months since I didn't go to the barber, and it's making me realize that yes, I can live without going to the barber every once in a while month, right? So I am sure that many of us are realizing these kind of things, and which makes me realize that we had many unnecessary expenses in our lives, and this pandemic has taught us how to live without making those expenses. It has taught us that we used to waste a lot of money in things that didn't really matter to us that much, that did not affect our survival in this planet. Point is, even in this pandemic situation, there are some people who are working to create differences and negativity, which is very sad, because in this pandemic situation we were all supposed to work together and get through it, but many people are bringing racism into it, many people are using religion into it, many people are calling it a hoax and just roaming around like nothing happened, and murdering and infecting many people, including themselves, which is stupidity. Like, if you do not believe it, please allow others to perform what they're doing. Like, you know that even if you do not believe it, it's your responsibility to stay at home. You should at least let others to perform their duties, right? It doesn't make sense that you do not believe in COVID-19. That doesn't mean you won't allow others to perform social distancing. Now you might be asking like, how I don't believe in COVID-19. How am I doing it? You are going close to people who believe, who are actually essential health workers, and you're going to places where health workers and frontline workers are there, and that is how you're breaking social distancing. And you need to understand that if you are someone who doesn't believe in COVID-19, I have seen many arrogant people. I have seen in internet and videos, like especially some Americans are claiming that COVID-19 is a hoax, and they're just making campaigns so that the government bans the lockdown. These kind of things are very sickening, okay? And these kind of things make these kind of activities and ignorance and arrogance makes the efforts of us, the people who are staying under lockdown for such a long time, the people, the health line workers, the frontline workers, it makes all of our efforts worthless, because right now, people who are staying under lockdown and the essential workers who are working directly against the COVID-19, we all have one goal, and that is to get rid of this pandemic, and for that we need to abide by social distancing. Okay? If you are arrogant, if you are acting like there is nothing called COVID-19 and you are just going around living your normal life, trying to live your normal life, you can be a potential murderer. Okay? Yes, you can go around only if you can take the tag of being a murderer, because from you, the disease can spread to others. It can spread to people who have vulnerable immune system, and they might potentially die. If you can carry the tag for the rest of your life, then go around. I mean, it's making me angry that I have seen videos in the internet where people are acting so arrogant that they're coughing. I have seen one woman, she just coughed in one person's, so close, she was so close and physically, and that person was so angry. Why would someone even do that? Especially, even if there is no COVID-19, why would someone cough in someone's mouth? It doesn't make any sense, and it made me really, really angry. And so if you are someone who doesn't believe in COVID-19 and you want to go out and live your normal life, you can do that if you only agree to carry the tag of potential murderer, and if you want to come under the laws which any murderer would face. My fourth point is the doctors, nurses, janitors, policemen, these are all valuable jobs. And before this pandemic, we used to idealize footballers, sportsmen. We used to idealize top-class CEOs and think that they have done so much for the world, and the rest of the rest of small-level workers are not doing anything. They do not deserve the respect or something like that. It's not like the CEOs and the top-level executives are not doing anything, but the doctors and the policemen and the lower-level workers are doing almost everything, because it takes something to risk their lives and work for others. It's not only about money. Money cannot make you do that. There has to be something. If you are not willing to give others, especially in this pandemic situation where you might potentially die, then I don't think anyone would do it. Why would you work for someone you don't even know, and you have the chance of getting infected and also dying? I mean, there has to be a selflessness in this, right? And they deserve to get paid more. The government should look at it, and they should give more extra facilities and give them more payment. It's high time that we start respecting every profession, because every profession serves a particular purpose and it contributes to a proper, healthy society. My fifth point is adaptation is the key to long-term survival. If you look at it from an evolutionary standpoint as well, we humans are still in this planet because of adaptation. We had adapted to situations which are thrown by the nature. Even now, the fittest of the businesses and people are those who are being able to adapt to this kind of weird situation, right? Many businesses are shutting down, but the strongest ones, the ones who are going through, is the one who have managed to adapt to this pandemic situation, the ones who were flexible enough to allow their workforce to work from home and still earn some money. Those are the flexible businesses which are surviving through this pandemic situation. The businesses which have managed to make small changes to their business plan and model and which suits to this pandemic are the ones which are being able to go through this bad situation. It also shows that many industries are changing, and many industries which we never thought will be prioritized more. I hope it gets prioritized more because this pandemic has opened all of our eyes. Sixth point is, the nature still dominates us. Now we're acting in such a way that we have become the most powerful being in this planet, and nothing has control over us, nothing can stop us. This break was needed. This break made us realize that no, we are not a type 1 civilization yet. The nature still controls us. We are still dominated by the nature. We still depend on the mood swings of nature. I don't know whether it's a proper word or not, but you know what I mean, right? So yeah, we were torturing animals and eating them and slaughtering them, and as if they don't have any feelings, as if they don't have a life. And I really hope that this kind of pandemic changes the way we view nature, changes the way we view animals, and I really hope that it makes us more empathetic, it makes us more kind, and makes us feel that the nature is an important part of our lives and we cannot live without it. And if this situation does not make us realize that, I don't know what will. Seventh and final point is, this pandemic has made us realize the value of little things. Now, before this pandemic, remember when we used to take those interactions with friends for granted, those hugs and those fun moments for granted. We used to think like, oh, we do this every day. But we never took a step back and felt the importance of those connections until this pandemic. We kind of needed a break. I know this is a very rude and harsh break, but I feel like it has made us realize the importance of the things which truly matters to us, not the external fancy materialistic things, but the things, the interactions, those moments which truly matters to us. It has made us realize what is necessary for survival and what is not necessary for survival. The things which I think like many people used to chase, but those were out of the league, or those were not necessary, and those things were destroying their happiness. But right now, I feel like it has made the world realize the things which are truly important to them, and the things which are important for them to survive. The small things, their family, their siblings, maybe their friends. Fortunately, many of us are living with their family, but not everyone is fortunate like that. Many of us got separated from the family because maybe they were somewhere else during the lockdown and they don't have the transportation to get close together. And if you think of that, you will realize how valuable the moments, the time you're spending with your family is. Because if your parents, if your father or mother or sibling stays away from you, at that time you will feel like how much how much valuable they are to your life, and how much important it is for them to exist in your life. Because at that time you can actually feel the tension for them. That time you will actually start missing them. Right? So this pandemic has made us actually realize the value of small things, the things which are truly important to us, and it has helped us to differentiate the things which are truly important to us and the things which are unnecessary, but we were chasing it throughout our whole life. So those were the 7 things which I think we can learn and realize from this pandemic. If you find this video to be useful, please share it with your friends to spread more knowledge and awareness. And if you like my content and the work I am doing, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. I will be back with another video very soon. I hope this video made you realize something about the world and the life we live. So I'm signing off for now. Peace, and do not forget to take care of yourself and the people who you are living with. Goodbye.